Hey, everybody. After a major shoot I did back in October, I actually received a couple of emails and comments from photographers asking me about the equipment I was using. So this session is going to be about some gear that I use and I beat up to death all the time for the last few years. But this is not about a camera, because you know me, cameras are totally irrelevant. It's what you do with your camera that makes a difference. So let's talk about the other gear that I was using. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, this channel again is dedicated to increasing your creativity in photography and also as a photo artist. All right, let's take a look at the gear that I used, and let me set up the situation as to what happened with me. I was invited to a Halloween party at a photography studio in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And so I had set up my equipment to use to shoot people that wanted their photographs taken with their costumes. And I was doing composite work after I was finished with that. And I did about 20 composites. And if you saw last week's video, I believe, you should have seen those different composites I actually did. So what I'd like to talk about is the setup I did, because a lot of people were asking about the equipment and why I was using what I was using. So number one, I think everybody knows what a camera tripod is. So I had the camera mounted on a tripod, and I was shooting in this direction. It was a vertical direction. And I was actually shooting on a green screen, but even if I was shooting not on the green screen, it was maybe a white wall or a gray wall or something like that. I could do the same thing, but they had a green screen in there, and I used a plugin in Photoshop, which I've talked about before, called Easy Green Screen. It just increases my productivity. Anyhow, this was mounted pre-focused. I had a marking on the floor with masking tape as to where they stood. So this was, again, pre-focused. All my exposure was set. That's all I had to do is talk to them behind the camera, and I was giving them gestures on what to do. I can just sit here and press the button, and it would fire away. Okay, so that was my situation. But when I was using my camera, put this on the side here, I'm gonna have to move back a bit. Some of the equipment that I'm using is, I'm using this Godox, and this is the original Godox one from years ago. It's a Godox AD200. Strobe, and it comes with an attachment that looks like a normal, like a speed light. I hardly have ever used this. I'm always using the second part that you get, and that's the open bulb like that. So the light just goes all over the place. And I use this with an umbrella. And by the way, this equipment, you can find the links, or I'll put some links on YouTube for you that goes to Amazon regarding these products and stuff, but I have no affiliation with it. I don't even have an affiliate link with Amazon, so I don't earn any commission. Maybe it's something, I should do in the future. But here's the situation. I'm using this, and I beat this. I love this. This is I believe a 45-inch umbrella from Westcott, and I'm limited in space here in my office, but when I open this up, hopefully we can see this. The inside is not white. It's not silver. Let me pull back a little bit. It is actually sort of a satin sheen to it, a little bit on the white side, but you get a little bit more punch. And it's just what I like to use. And this umbrella is, I think it's like $35 or something from Westcott. Westcott makes good umbrellas. They last long. The problem when I used to buy these cheap ones, they would break right away. This one I've had, I'd like to say 8 years, and I've just used it over and over again. But I love using this on location stuff because it's easy to, throw in my trunk, whatever, in my bag with all my other equipment and stuff. I don't want to lug around big soft boxes, that kind of thing. Anyhow, so with this being used, my challenge is when I'm shooting, I want to do my shot straight on. So if you were my subject, and I want to go straight on you, and I want to have my modifier right directly above my lens, dead center. And the problem you have, oh, by the way, the other thing I have here is the Godox trigger on top of my camera. So I can actually control turning this thing, the power up, power down, all from here. And I could do groups of lights. But I'm just using a single light in this situation at that studio. But the problem I have is if I have my light stand here and I've got my Godox mounted up here with the umbrella that's back here, or sometimes I use the beauty dish when it's close-up portraits, whatever. But here's the problem I have. I want to be directly dead center. This thing is in my way. And I don't want it off center like this, because if I'm close to the wall, it casts a shadow. And I want to be able to go straight on, and it just eliminates having that shadow back there. Plus, I get the look that I want. I want a very flat type look when I shoot kids, when I do a Norman Rockwell type style and stuff. So I've had this for years. The company that used to sell this was Paul C. Buff, and they stopped selling this years ago. But this is an extension bar. And what that allows me to do is place this on my light stand. I can move this over to the side, and now with my light here, with my modifier there, I can shoot directly straight on underneath. And a lot of people are asking, why do you have that? And I said, well, if I didn't have that, again, this is going to be in my way. Just pop that off. This will be in my way. And that means if I want on the side, most people have the attitude of, well, I need a C stand, which is a heavier monster. And then I need an extension boom arm, and then have that set up. Well, that's great, but I just don't want to lug around a C stand to people's, homes and that kind of stuff if I'm shooting on location and stuff. I prefer just a regular light stand, easy, compact, off we go, fast working. This solves the problem right there. This is, let's see, I had to look it up. It's about, what is it, $40, $39.95. I'll put the link to Amazon. You can find it there. There's actually a picture that I'll show you on the screen that shows how it's set up with the modifier, and you could be directly, again, underneath with your camera and not have to have an expensive boom arm with a C stand. So that is what I use and why I use for my gear in shooting the style that I like to shoot with. And again, I'll show you a couple images here that I shot, I shoot all the kids that way, straight on. But this is the way I shot at the I should have done a behind the scenes thing, but that's the way I had it set up to shoot at the studio, because it was production work. I didn't want to interfere with people mingling and partying with other people at the Halloween party. So they just came in. I shot them maybe a minute, 2 minutes max, and then gone. Next person would come in. I just kept repeating like that for the ones who wanted to have their images taken. So if you didn't see last week's video, I will show you the work I did. There's about 20 composites right there. But that was the setup. Hey everybody, I need to jump in here for a moment. I forgot to mention this. If you could do me a favor, if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, my email address is right here. It's stephenphotoartist@gmail.com. Please feel free to send me an email and with your questions or comments regarding something maybe I should do in the future. Also, please like this video, and please, for this reason, I found out that YouTube will push out my videos to more people if the likes keep increasing. And I just find that most people aren't hitting that like button. So if you could please do me a favor to help me out. I mean, this is all free stuff. Click the like button. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. And also hit the notification bell. That way you'll get notified when I upload a video. I'm coming up to, I think, a full year, 2 more months on doing a video every single week. And I hopefully to continue with that going into next year. Okay, so back to the ending. So hopefully you've learned something, and I'm just going to challenge you again, because this is the way I always end my videos. And that is, think about your gear, and don't get hung up on your camera. It's what you do with your camera. So you really need to get out, practice, make mistakes, because we learn from mistakes, and literally start thinking creatively out of the box. Until next time, see ya!